customers, not individuals marketing services or products. Your goal is simply to shake their hand, introduce yourself, acquire permission to give them a phone call at another time, right? And we'll come back to that. Watering holes, business incubators, networking events, other organizations that have professional meetings where individuals can come together and congregate and exchange ideals and contacts, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? There's a multitude of these type of organizations. I'm not going to spend all day long enumerating them all, but no, these are approaches that you have to take. Social media. Of course, you do not jump on social media and say, hey, come buy my stuff, and spam everyone on their Facebook pages and their LinkedIn pages and their Twitter pages and their Instagram pages. That is a good way to make sure that you will never be able to market on social media again. So there's an approach to do that. That's another training though. But look, utilize whatever resources you can to simply acquire a list of names to call. Particularly as it relates to small business owners and companies. So, but understand this, you must constantly grow your list, and you must look for the opportunity to require referrals. You're going to hear this time and time again. You're going to need referrals. It is a tough road to go with technology today, the way individuals screen calls, the fact that quite frankly, just like people aren't watching television anymore, they're not watching radio anymore. You have an increasing number of business owners and entrepreneurs where if you don't have some type of online presence and you can't reach out to them via email or send them some type of message through one of the social media platforms, you're going to have a tough time having success cold calling. So be aware of this, right? People are screening their calls more than ever. So we talked about, number one, the mindset you need to have. We're going to get more into that. We talked about the fact that you need to have a big list, and you need to be continually building that list. You cannot rest on your laurels, right? So we talked about those things. We're going to start getting into more incrementally now the script. Now, here's the deal. I'm not myopic. The bottom line is, once again, scripts don't work unless you work the scripts. Look, a hammer is useless until you knock it into a nail. That's just the bottom line. So I'm not myopic when it comes to understanding what type of verbiage or language to use, or how to go about talking to individuals. There's a multitude of books, of videos, audios, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, that you can pull from in terms of a script. I am going to give you a couple right now. But understand this, there are a multitude of resources, and some of them, quite frankly, more effective than the scripts I probably employ. But once again, it's a numbers game, right? The mindset you need to have is that you're a sorter, you're not a salesperson. You are not a sorter, you are a salesperson. In other words, when you are cold calling, you are asking questions or sharing information to find out whether or not that person is interested, and it's a numbers game. If you are in the mindset that I'm going to jump on the phone and I'm going to close business owners and I'm going to close HR executives over the phone, don't do it. Don't even bother. Find another means to build your business. Don't do any cold calling, because you are a sorter at the end of the day. You're basically asking individuals, look, would you like a taste? Would you like a sample? Can I sit down with you so I can share the entree? That's the mindset you want to have. It's akin to a waiter at a restaurant. The waiter walks to tables and they ask, would you like a cup of coffee? That waiter may ask that question 100 times, and 90% of the time the individuals may say no. The waiter doesn't run in the bathroom and cry and whine because 90 people said no. The waiter is asking the question because the waiter is sorting. Would you like a cup of coffee? The answer is yes, great, right? And then you just move on to the next. That's what you're doing. That is the game. So the other thing is, understand your goal is to set appointments. Same thing for drops. The goal when you call a business owner or an entrepreneur or an HR executive cold, you're looking to get an appointment set. You're not looking to close over the phone. It's the same thing for drops. If you're going to drop in on a business owner, you just need to understand this mindset going in. You want to make sure, once again, that your introduction is professional. You don't get a second chance to make a first impression, particularly when you're cold calling and when you're dropping. So your attire needs to be appropriate. You don't need to be dressing like you're going to a wedding all the time, depending on the market you're in. But you don't want to walk in with the jeans and t-shirts. I'm just going to be transparent with you. That works for very few individuals. You need to be able to share your value proposition in less than 20 seconds. That's all you have. You have 20 seconds, right? My name's JuJuan Buford. I'm with LegalShield, and we'll get into the value proposition pitch in a moment. And once again, the goal is to secure an appointment, or quite frankly, get an exposure, meaning you share some information with them that they can sink their teeth in and decide whether or not they want to taste and want to learn a little bit more. And then the goal of that exposure is to, guess what? Set another appointment. You're not closing during a drop. Once again, you're not closing during a cold call. So, okay, let's get into the teeth of this, right? So, the group script. This is what it sounds like. This is what it looks like when you're cold calling, particularly when you're talking about corporations, HR executives, and you're looking to market for the purpose of voluntary benefits and group market. So it's going to go a little something like this, right? You pick up the phone, ring, ring, the person answers. Chances are they're going to say, hello, how can I help you? My response is, hello, how are you doing? Brief, quick, right? I'm not trying to have a conversation about the game last night. I'm doing great. How are you doing today, right? The person's going to respond, I'm doing fine, I'm doing fantastic. Or they may be curt. They may say, look, how can I help you? That's great, that's fantastic, that's all right. My name is JuJuan Buford with LegalShield. Pause. 1 second pause. My name is JuJuan Buford with LegalShield. I'm calling to speak with the decision maker regarding, or you could say I'm calling to speak with the individual that coordinates, or I'm calling to speak with the HR director. So it may go a little bit something like this. Hey, my name is JuJuan. Hi, how are you doing today? Pause. Great, fantastic. Look, my name is JuJuan Buford. I'm calling with LegalShield. I'm calling to speak with the decision maker regarding employee benefits. I'm calling to speak with the individual that coordinates employee benefits there. Now, why is this important, and why am I spending so much time on the front end? Because you have to keep in mind that you're calling individuals who've probably fielded 20, 30, 40, 100 phone calls that day. And a lot of individuals don't have good presence on the phone. A lot of individuals are rude, they're obnoxious, they're pushy. You have to differentiate yourself. People, when you're dealing with individuals, particularly receptionists who are answering the phone, understand that being a quote unquote gatekeeper is not a fun job. Right? They're screening individuals, and they're fatigued by the time they probably get around to you. You have to take that into account. You got to think about yourself almost like, I guess, a defibrillator, right? When you give them a phone call, your energy, your positivity should wake them up, right? Regardless of what you're sharing, they should feel like, I like this person within the first 2 seconds, right? So it's, hey, how are you doing? Great. No matter what comes out of their mouth, you're smiling while you're making the call. Your energy needs to be, once again, on par. You need to be on 10 in terms of energy, not over the top, but you need to be sounding positive, right? It matters. So the other thing that it's implied here is that you should know as much as possible about the structure of the organization. Ultimately, even who the decision maker may be. You'll be surprised what you can find online. So that would also determine your language, whether you're asking for a decision maker regarding employee benefits, or the individual that coordinates employee benefits, or depending on the size of the company, you may ask specifically for the HR director, right? So the receptionist may ask you the question, well, what is this about? How can I help you, right? Resist the urge to respond curtly, and to respond in a manner that would be considered overly aggressive or in frustration or anger. My response is typically, no, I apologize. I'm calling to speak with the person that coordinates employee benefits. Is that you? Now, why am I asking that question? Because I know the question is above their pay grade. And I know that a person does not coordinate employee benefits. And also, what am I doing? I'm being pleasant. I'm being pleasant. I don't want to try to push them over. I don't want, look, you don't know who answered that phone when you make that phone call. You have no idea. You're developing rapport, right? And you have to call back and deal with that person more than likely. So if you piss them off, if you anger them, if you try to bully them, you're not ever getting past them, right? Whenever they answer the phone. Be nice no matter what. Once again, these are people who've been fielding calls all day long. And depending on the size of the company, you don't know who has influence at that company or not. Matter of fact, you don't know whether or not it's the business owner answering the phone, because depending on the size of the company and time of day that you've called, on rare occasions, that happens, right? So understand that, right? And of course, they may take your name, they may ask for your number, the name of your company. My personal philosophy is this: give it to them. My name is JuJuan Buford. Thank you for asking. My phone number is 248-560-7564. We, not I, we can be reached. Another training for another time. Just use the language. We can be reached at 248-560-7564. The name of the corporation is LegalShield. I don't like to, look, we're a 40-plus-year-old company with Fortune 50 leadership at the helm of the company. We don't have any reason to hide. I'll just put it that way. Okay, so the pitch. So you've gotten past the quote-unquote receptionist. You've gotten past the person you need to get past to speak to the HR director or the finance person there that understands the bottom line in terms of employees and costs. You've gotten past that process, right? It may have taken you 10, 20 different follow-ups to do so. We'll come back to that. But the bottom line is you finally gotten to, or maybe on the first dial, they put you, oh, sure. You know, Sarah's available right now, right? You got through right then. So now the question becomes, once you're on the phone with the decision maker, you need to ask one question first and foremost. Do you have a moment? Ask the question, do you have a moment? You jump on the phone and you start a pitch and you haven't asked, do you have a moment? When that person answers the phone, they may be in a meeting. They may be in the middle of a project. They may be in a conversation with someone else. They may get ready to head out the door. And you start talking before you've done them the courtesy of asking, do you have a moment? It's going to irritate them, right? It's letting them know that you are respectful of their time. Hey, do you have a moment? Well, yes, I do. Well, no, I don't. I'm in the middle of something. Or I'm getting ready to head into a meeting. Oh, I'm in the middle of a meeting, right? Oh, I'm getting ready to head out the door. Fantastic. Look, Sarah. Look, Aaron. And keep in mind, you know their names because when you called and asked for the HR director, when you called and asked for the decision maker, that is also the goal. Your primary goal when dealing with quote-unquote gatekeepers or receptionists is to find out what the name of the person is. Because once you find out the name, you can call up and ask that person directly. You're less likely to get resistance when you call back. So a lot of times your initial call to the receptionist is basically to get the name. If they put you in the voicemail, don't get upset. That's great. Most of the voicemails will have the name. So you can call back and say, hello, Sarah, hello, Brian, hello, Bob, hello, Jerry, whatever the case may be, right? So, okay, back to the script. So you have to ask, do you have a moment, right? To make sure that you're not impinging and irritating the individuals that, at the end of the day, that's your audience. Once you've asked, do you have a moment, they say, yes, we have a moment. Well, now this is what the pitch is going to sound like at the end of the day. Great. My name is JuJuan Buford. I'm calling with LegalShield. We are a 40-plus-year-old corporation offering a suite of legal and identity theft services that have been proven to help protect companies and specifically employees from the risk, expense, distractions, and legal challenges often associated with identity theft and fraud. Our services increase employee productivity, decrease distractions and absenteeism, give your benefits package a more progressive image. We're 100% completely voluntary benefit, meaning the employees pay out of pocket at no cost to the company. 60% of the individuals who learned about our service enroll. We have a 60% participation rates. And by the way, our benefits are portable. Slight pause, right? The person may say, The person may say, we're not interested. Keep in mind, you're a sorter. The person may say, well, what do you mean? The person may say, well, I've heard of that before. Person may say any number of different things. That's okay, right? They may say, well, we already have those benefits. Okay, they're blowing you off, right? We already have an identity theft program. They don't have ours, right? They may say, well, we use a payroll company. You have to come back to that. That's another training. They may say, well, look, now's not a good time. Can you send me some information? I'm going to come back around to that, right? And any number of things may come out of their mouths. The bottom line is you're really fishing. You're sorting for the individual to say, tell me more. I'd like to learn more about that. Can you send me some additional information? What you say is, look, I understand. If you don't mind, allow me to ask a question. Is it fair to say that if you have employees calling off work or slick, right, distracted at the work,